Hey, this is Phil. So this was something that I wanted to just pass on because it was something that I used to work on a lot. The chair you're looking at right here, this is an Aeron chair from Herman Miller, and it is a legendary chair in office furniture. It's been in production for probably 60 years. It is an outstanding chair. It is very repairable. Herman Miller has an outstanding warranty on it. And it is definitely an investment well spent for your office. Okay. That said, this is the older style Aeron chair, and I wanted to give you a reason why. If you have these Aeron chairs in your inventory, there's one simple step you need to take about every 2 or 3 years, and it just involves taking a drill like this. Now this is a standard 1/4 inch bit holder. Okay, now the end of it's broken off, but that doesn't matter. If the end was on there, it would still work fine. But I'm going to show you what the problem is with this Aeron chair. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go sit in it, and I'm going to show you something. Alright, so when you sit in an Aeron chair, the back tilt, this back tilt, okay, is determined by two things. It's actually, there's a lock on one side that locks it so it won't do this, okay? There's a whole mechanism in the chair. There's several levers and wires and all kinds of things. But the chair has to go back to 0 for those to work. Now 0 is where it's sitting at right now, okay? 0 is a working posture in the chair, a working level in the chair, okay? And there's a wide range of 0 in the chair, but if the chair is allowed to, for this knob right here, this is the spring tension for this right here, okay? This is the spring tension. Now what you don't understand, what nobody really understood about this, and even Herman Miller I don't think understands about this, is every time you go like this, this knob backs itself off just a little bit. Just a tiny bit, just a little bit, just a tiny bit, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Every time you do this, okay, it backs itself off just a teeny bit, just a tiny bit, so you're relaxing, you're sitting here, and this thing is just backing itself off and backing itself off and backing itself off, and then soon enough, what happens is the chair leans back off of 0, and it starts putting pressure on the little pins that are in the mechanisms that operate the lock for the tilt and operate other things in the chair. And you wind up with the situation where you have to fight those pieces, you wind up stretching the wires, and you wind up breaking those levers. So the way to fight this, and this is part of the regular maintenance of an Aeron chair, of anybody who owns these chairs and doesn't want to have that problem, is you cannot have an Aeron chair that when it's in this this type of situation, that it just drops back. It's not a recliner, okay? There is a reclining option in the chair, okay? But you have to have a minimum amount of spring tension here that keeps the chair in the position of 0 for all of these levers to operate properly, okay? This problem with the chair, when you do like this over a year or 2 years or 3 years and the lever backs itself off, you can correct that very easily. And if you have 1,000 chairs in your inventory, I recommend this is what you do. What you do, you get one of your guys or 2 of your guys with a drill gun like this, okay? Get you a 1/4 inch bit. If you can get a 1/4 inch, actually we had in the trade, we had 1/4 inch long bits with a ball end on them that were reinforced, but these will work. And this is what you want to do. You just, right there, that's a 1/4 inch drive right there. You can see where it says plus. See the circle here, the arrow, and it says plus? That is adding tension. Now this knob has one of the closest threads you will ever see in in industrial history. It actually has almost microscopic threads in it, so that there is a wide range of adjustment in this chair for you to get more spring tension in it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to back it off to where it shouldn't be, so you can see what I'm talking about. And as I back it off, see how far I got to go to do that? But as I back that thing off, let me sit in it. I've actually got it real tight. Yeah, okay, see this? See how I'm going here? See how I'm backing? I'm dropping way back? And that just happened from what I just took out of here. Now this chair will not go back to zero. These levers will not operate properly. There will be tension in the levers. It will hurt the way the chair operates. You always want to have enough tension. So what you want to do is, you go into all your offices while everybody's, you know, it's a 3-day weekend. Put this in, you go like this, you turn it to tighten. See how this is going like this? And you just go like this. Alright? And with a drill gun, you can get this done on every chair in about 10 seconds. And what it does is it increases the spring tension. But in order to do this right, you got to do that. Sit in the chair with the lock off. Okay? This is pretty stout. I like exactly where I put that, because what this does is this brings my back forward into the lumbar support, okay? It puts me in a natural working position. I've already got my armrest adjusted, so they're in good position. As you can see on the Aeron, there are two different types of adjustments. This is the old adjustment. The new adjustment is just a lever. So I recommend that one of the first things you do when you get an Aeron chair is that you adjust the lumbar in the back where it fits. All you got to do is just pull it up or down. Also, you can pull this out. If you pull this out, there's an adjustment in the lumbar. Okay? See how the center line is here? There's more lumbar adjustment. Or if you go like this, there's less lumbar adjustment. See the center line? I always have more. So anyway, you put that in there like that. Be careful now. Don't get excited. Don't get excited like I'm getting excited here. Don't break it. God darn it. Here we go. Be careful. Get them both in at the same time. Get it down where you want it, which is about midway in the back right there, okay? Get your arms where you want it. Tighten them up. We have repair kits for these. But this thing with the, it's just a bit high. There you go. Anyway, this thing with this knob right here, if you tighten that knob up on your chairs and your inventory, you'll have about 95% less problems with them breaking. And about every 2 to 3 years you should do that. Without fail. Go through your whole inventory. If you got 10 floors of these Aeron chairs, send you a crew of 3 guys with the 1/4-inch bits and tell them, don't go in there and just run the damn things tight. I don't need to get emails from people telling me they can't move their Aeron chairs. You got to tighten it down, test it, make sure it still bounces, okay? Make sure that you don't need to, I wouldn't test the levers because that's an Aeron service tech thing. Your client in the room will tell you if the levers don't work. But this relieves 95% of the problems in these Aeron chairs. If you just keep that knob tightened up enough to put tension to bring the chair seat level back to 0, then you have about 95% less problems with Aeron chairs. These are fantastic chairs. They are a great investment. They did set the standard in the industry. Everybody's copied them. Don't be fooled by copies, because a copy is a copy is a copy. When you spend the money for an Aeron chair, you spend the money for quality, and they are still quality. And you get a hell of a warranty on them too. But I just wanted everybody to know about this right here. That knob, it moves. As you move backwards, it goes. And the most frustrating, and I feel bad for every Aeron chair customer, because I have to say it, the larger you are, or the more you lean the chair back and leave this off, the more problems you're going to have with the Aeron chair. The Aeron chair is a classic work chair. It is not a recliner. So you have to have enough you have to have enough spring tension in the chair to make it operate properly. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Was this always pissed me off because I thought that everybody should know about it. I think that, it's like changing the oil in your car, This is like changing the oil in your Aeron chair. About every 2 to 3 years, if you do this, your Aeron chair will give you 30, 40 years of wonderful service. Okay? So, just wanted to give that to you. Have a good one, everybody, and God bless you.